There, we are going to record this brief version of the webinar that we offered to members in June and July, so that you can do this at your leisure if you want help with logging in and using some of the features of the new website. So first of all, the important thing is to see that member login, and if you don't know your username, it is generally speaking the email address that we have for you on file. The nice thing now is that you set your own password, and we really aren't able to see what that is. So you would want to use forgot your password or forgot your username if either one of those two are important. So you log in, and this is what you should see. And the first thing to point out is this member through. If you're ever wondering what your membership expiration date is, that's the information so that you can stay current on that. If you want to renew your membership, here's the button that will take you in that direction. But the main thing I want to walk you through today is under the My Profile, and we're waiting for it to change. The tabs that you'll use most likely are the My Profile, the Connections, and the My Features. So let's start with the My Profile. First one that drops down is changing the profile picture. I encourage you to upload your picture. I think that will greatly increase the connections and the relationship building that takes place within ALDE so much, because you may remember meeting somebody, but you may not remember their name. Well, if you see a face, you might be able to do that. If any of you have trouble with uploading your profile picture, feel free to send it to me and I can generally upload it for you. But most people have been able to do that very easily. Your edit profile, you want to go in there and just review that. This is not what is seen by everybody, but especially for those of you who may be able to be getting some new credentials or degrees, this profile is generally speaking the public information. So organization, if you change organizations or phone numbers, if your mobile phone is missing, that's kind of nice to put in there. Then here's the professional information, and you can see for those of you who become new CFREs, you just click on that. Here's your degrees and responsibility levels. All these are drop-down boxes that you can fill in. Then the home information, if you want to put any of that information, you can see that I, for instance, have not completed that all. I would encourage you, please, to at least put in your home address. It's nice if for some reason you leave your current address, business, organization, then we at least have a way of getting in touch with you with your home address. And let's see, what else is on here? Then just be sure and save if you've made any changes. The next thing is, here's your way to change your passwords. But the next important thing is to pay attention to this contact preferences. This will really become clearer why you want to do this when we get to the connections and the circles. But I strongly encourage you, if for some reason we have 2 emails in there, you would indicate which one you want to be your primary email. This is the important section here, this notifications of emails. By default, it's probably all checked as no's, and you would want to check it as yeses. And I can't just go in and check that, make that default for everybody for some reason. This is the real critical thing here, that if you have this checked as no, you're not going to receive any of this information in your regular email inbox. You would have to come to the website to find out if there's been any action in any of the messaging or the circles. So I strongly encourage you to change that in your profile. The last thing is to know that we're thrilled always to help you out and send you receipts. But if you uh, want to do this yourself, you can go to the view transactions, and then it should show you your receipts. Now, for most of you, it'll probably be empty at this point because you haven't registered for conference. But if you've registered for chapter event, that should show up when you renew your membership. You should be able to see that there. Okay, moving on. These are the two nice features that we've been really looking forward to being able to provide you as members. One is through the connections. First of all, you see this pending my approval. I have tried to stay connected to every one of you members, and I sent out my request. So the first thing that you may want to do is to go in there and see if you have approved my request to be connected. If you haven't, you'll see an approved section, and you can do that. If you send a request to some other people, let's see what. So these are all people that I sent a request to, but they haven't connected yet. And so you can see that I'm still waiting for quite a few people. The browse the directory is a nice feature. I would suggest that you use the advanced search most of the time rather than this alphabetical, because you can search on a number of different criteria. Yes, you may remember their name, but if you don't and you remember, for instance, they work for Lutheran Hour Ministries, you could put that in there. Or if you're looking for everybody in the state of Kansas, you can search by that. And I think we won't see very many. Are you thinking? Okay, maybe that's odd. We should have some retired people. Well, let's use another. There we go. Just was taking its sweet time. So you would see that there are several people in Kansas. So again, if you meet somebody at the conference, you don't remember their name, you don't even remember the organization, but you remember they were from Kansas, you can search on that. And there certainly are different options as well. So if you're looking for people with within a certain church body or a type of organization, the kind of degrees or responsibility level or type of responsibility. So you want to see all the CEOs, or you want to see all the marketing people. That's just a great search capability that you've not had in the past. See that there are 18 people who have identified themselves as having marketing. And then the next thing that you can do is you want to get connected to all those people. So you would then click this add as connection. Now, because I've already requested it from Ashley, this is what comes up. But for most of you, it probably will be a box saying that you can insert a message and then you can send to her or to whomever and wait for the connection. Then here's the circles. And this is where that notification in your email is going to come in very critically important. So the first thing I would do is I'd always change the order of these circles to alphabetical, but There are two types of circles. There will be these kind that are open-ended, meaning that they're more topical, so annual fund, CFRE, generalist, marketing communications, mid-level donors, and then don't forget to go to the next page, planned legacy giving. Those are, you can simply join those at any time. However, the Rocky Mountain chapter or any of the chapters, we have decided to keep those as closed at this point. And you can see we have a long way to go because I know that there are more than 5 members in the Wisconsin ALDE chapter and Southwest chapter. So please be sure and encourage everybody to join their chapter. When you do want to join your chapter, it's going to send me a request for approval, and I will do that as soon as I can. You join a circle, and this is true whether it's the topical one or your chapter one, and you will be able to see who all is already a member. So you can scroll over them, and that's how you can ask to be connected to them if you want. You can invite connections. You can create a discussion. And this, let me go back to a circle that has had some discussion. That would be, I think the best one is the plan giving one. And you can see how it reordered these. This is kind of a frustrating thing for me because it's based on the latest circle that was created, not on most active or alphabetical. We've got 15 members in the plan legacy giving, and we've got 2 discussions going on and 1 wall post. You can see those also over here, but to get in more in depth about the discussions, you can see that here's the topic and here are the replies. This again is the importance about being able to have those sent out to you, your inbox. So Dave Johnson just started this discussion. He had question, and if you have an answer to his comment or question, you can put it in there and add your comment. Here is how Liz Rowe answered Dave Johnson's question. If you want to attach an article that might be helpful in answering Dave's concern, you can do that. And this is where we really hope that lots of you will participate. So feel free to start discussions and give replies in these discussions. You can also create your own circle. As I started to identify the circles, first of all, for the chapters, and then our circles team, formerly known as the affinities team, identified some of these other ones. But you certainly, if you decided that you wanted to talk to other people who had an interest in using pens instead of pencils, you could create that and go from there. So here you can see all of the different latest discussions. If you really want to see all of the action that's been happening on the website as a whole, you can go to the My Community tab and you can see all of these recent activities. I'm not sure yet just how important this is going to be because you can see again that discussions are nice, but do you really need to know that Betty Kuhn renewed? Well, maybe you do, but I would think that you're going to stay more under circles. You might notice a few things in inbox, but I don't think that's going to be used very often either. So primarily my profile, connections, and my features, and certainly circles under my features are going to be the main thing. Just a few other little things that we like about the new website. Upcoming events. and you can go to the full event calendar if you want to see, look ahead. And we're waiting. You can see then that it goes into a calendar mode, and you could say, gee, what's happening in October? And it looks like nothing is happening in October except for the webinar. So chapters, this is where it's going to be really important to get the word to John about being able to upload those. There may be a way also for you chapter presidents to be able to upload those things immediately. If you click on that, it will take you right away to the information about the particular event that's coming up. And then there's the news information as well. So those are kind of the basic. You can always go back to the home page by clicking on the ALDE. We love this picture of the J. Blakey Award recipients. Although I just realized that Heather is cut off of there. But I think that that is the main purpose of this webinar, to walk you through the My ALDE community. But again, you can see certainly that